DJ, you go crazy.
DJUTV, let them know who we got in the building.
Balls is back. The hustler, Cassidy, we here. What's up with you, boy?
Cassidy, what you on, gang?
Happy to be here, man. We out Chicago, man.
Well, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to DJUTV.
Thank you for having me, man.
For sure, man. This interview is sponsored by Authentic Best Buds. That's what we were just smoking on before I interviewed.
Gas in the air.
Yes. Shout out to my folks out in Boston.
You see it?
Man, we got Cassidy the hustler on the couch right now. We ain't gonna act like this just anybody. You know what I'm saying? So when I say we got Cassidy the hustler, you know? Yeah.
Appreciate that, man.
It's a good one on my resume, Fred Money. Yeah.
Money in there.
Yeah. So tell us where you from, Cassidy. We know you from Philly. Tell us what it was like growing up in Philly.
I enjoy growing up in Philly, man. It made me the nigga I am. But I don't know what it's like to grow up anywhere else, so
right.
You know, I really can't let you know what it's like, you know what I mean, compared to nothing else. And when I was growing up, I always thought I had it all. I thought it was the best thing in the world until I grew up, started seeing the world, started traveling around, and then went back to the hood and seen how fucked up it was and how bad I really had it. But when I was growing up, in the midst of that, that's all I knew, and I thought it was, you know what I mean, I thought it was dope.
Word. Tell us about Philadelphia, man. Like, we ain't never been there before, you know? So all we know is like the 76ers, you know what I'm saying? The what they call it, brotherly love, the city of love.
City of brotherly love, yeah, that's
you know?
what it's supposed to be.
But tell us about the city of Philadelphia, man.
Tight streets, like the streets is real
narrow.
Tight. Yeah, like where I grew up, half of the car had to be parked on the pavement on the sidewalk because the street was too tight for cars to come down the street, like those type of blocks, a lot of alleyways. It's grimy, but a lot of culture, a lot of soul, you know what I mean? A lot of good musicians and music come from the city. So people real competitive when it come to music.
Yeah.
When rap started, there was a lot of lyricists, a lot of people dedicating to being nice. So it's like a battle rap environment. Niggas real lyrical and real competitive. Even if they not battling, they still like want to be better than the next person beside them. So it's like a real competitive city. Even with the sports, like you said, the crowd, if you doing good and you making shots and you doing what they want you to do, they like the best supportive niggas in the world. But as soon as you fuck up, they'll flip right on you. Like they don't want you fucking up. They don't want you to do bad. They want to win in that city.
Word.
So like, you know what I mean? I could be explaining it forever, but to try to sum it up and give you an idea of how the vibe is out there, that's how it is.
Word. And I know you started rapping at a young age, as early as 4th grade.
Yeah.
Both of your parents were rappers.
Yeah.
And even your initials spell out bar. Like they knew what they was doing when they created some bars for real.
Yeah, yeah.
Who was the better rapper between you and your mom and your pops?
I had to say my dad. He was like, I think my mom started rapping because, you know, she was with my dad and he was in it so much.
Okay.
Like he was so caught up in the rap and doing it so much, that's probably what made her write some rhymes. So he took it more serious. He was more locked in there than my mom. So I would have to say my dad.
Word. And what was his stage name?
I don't remember, man. It's like he changed. It's Rockstar now. But I know back then.
He still be rapping?
Yeah, he still be trying to rap.
Okay.
He still be.
How you feel about that? Probably still try to rap.
I mean, hopefully when I get his age, I know I'ma still be rhyming.
Okay.
I ain't never gonna give it up. Like long as I could think shit happening in the world, I'ma always have shit to rap about. So I just like rapping. So I'ma do it forever, so I can't blame him. And
so,
it's probably just genetically in him.
Yeah.
He just never was able to take it to the next level. But the passion is still inside of him, and that's probably why I was born with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So your grandfather was into music as well, or your grandparents?
Yeah, but that was before rap. So it was like different other type of musicians.
Right.
People played a few instruments in my family. You know what I mean? So come from a musical family. But my dad definitely always wanted to rap. He wanted to be the star. He wanted to be that nigga, and he was always pursuing it. And you know, trying to get it off the ground.
Right.
He actually had a record that they put out back in the day. Probably could look it up. It's called Solly or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Solly was the record. It was like a record, old school record in the city.
Right.
But he always was trying to do his thing. So I guess, like my pop, he ain't necessarily raised me. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't around him growing up. And when I figured out that I wanted to rap, I wasn't around him. I just did that on my own.
Right.
So that's crazy too, that he wanted to rap so much. He was caught up in the rap before I was born and always wanted to be a rapper, but he didn't raise me, and I turned out to be a rapper and actually be successful and be doing my thing off that shit. But he didn't play a part in that. It's not like he, like, you know, told me to rap, or I looked up to him from rapping, because I never really was around him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
DJ, you go crazy.